Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to learn how to do the L-sit. The L-sit is an isometric exercise and it's going to be probably the first skill that you will unlock, and it's a great exercise for building strength and stability in your core, but you will also emphasize your hip flexors and other muscles, but it will depend if you're doing the L-sit while hanging or if you're doing them pushing. The L-sit, it requires a significant amount of force in your core and your hip flexors, but it also will require an amount of flexibility, because if you're not flexible enough in your hamstrings, then what's going to happen is that when you're doing it, your legs are going to be bent. So start to do some stretching now so that your L-sit looks more beautiful. So I'm going to show you now how to do the L-sit. This is what it looks like. Okay, so first things first is when you're doing the L-sit, you want to push down the floor as much as you can, so that your scapula is pushing down, okay? And then your arms have to be locked and point the ditch of your elbows out, okay? And then just lift your legs as high as you can. So let's do it again. Arms locked, pushing down, and then lift your legs as high as you can. The higher you go with your legs, the stronger you are, but when you try it, you might not even lift that high. So it's a sign that you have to work on it. And a great exercise to at least reach the 90-degree angle of the L-sit would be leg raises. If you want, you can do them on the floor, or you can do it while pushing, or in dip bars, or even hanging. So this is what it looks like when you're doing them on the floor. So you want to make sure that your lower back is touching the floor, okay? So don't bend like this and then try to lift your legs up. That will hurt your back, and that's not good for you. So you want to make sure that you are touching the floor with your lower back, and then lift your legs up, okay? So right now I'm going to show you how to do them with some dip bars or with some chairs. So you want to grab two pair of chairs and do the leg raises on the chairs, because if you do the leg raises on some dip bars, or right now on some chairs, it's going to be easier than doing the L-sit on the floor, because on the L-sit you will need more strength in your core and your hip flexors to lift your legs up. So let's do the leg raises. So here is the same thing. It's basically the leg raises are going to replicate the same motion, the same angles as in the L-sit hold. So you want to push scapulas down, and then your arms locked, and point the ditch of your elbows out, okay? And then start doing the leg raises, okay? So here we go. And when you do them, keep your legs as straight as you can. That is why I told you to do some stretching so that it looks more beautiful. If leg raises is too difficult for you, you can do them with your knees bent, and that are the knee raises. So I'm going to show you how the knee raises are done. It's basically the same. So push scapulas down, ditch elbows out, arms straight, and then just bring your knees to your chest, okay? Another great exercise to unlock the L-sit is on the floor, and that they are called the leg lifts. So in this exercise, you want to place your hands where your knees are, and then lift your legs. But very important is that your arms have to be straight, so don't bend them like this, and also don't lift your hands, okay? And then also very important is your back. Most of the exercise you want to have your back straight, and this is another one. So you really want to have your back straight, so don't arch like this. Have your back straight, and then lift your legs up. And don't lean back, okay? Don't try anything like this or something like that, okay? So really just be still, and then lift your legs up with your back straight, okay? With both legs, it's more difficult and more challenging, so it's better if you do only with one leg. So as you can see, it's much easier if you do with one leg. So really, at the beginning, try to do with one leg and then try to do with both. And this exercise, you can do it even more challenging. So the closer your hands are to your feet, the harder it is to lift. As you can see, I can barely lift my legs. And the closer it is to your body, the higher you can lift your legs. So really try to increase your strength by going closer to your feet. And also, if you do this a lot, you might even get the V-sit that is harder than the L-sit, but you really want to master the L-sit first and then move on to the V-sit. But like I said at the beginning, the L-sit not only requires strength, but it also requires some flexibility, because if you want to have a clean and a beautiful L-sit, just like gymnasts or circus, like in the circus, they have their legs very straight, and that means that you have to do some stretching exercises. And a great exercise to do them is just to go as close as you can to your feet, but make sure that when you are stretching, make sure that you do the exercise properly to make them more efficient for you. Because if I do them with my back arched, it might not I might not get the result that I want to have. So make sure that you do this exercise with your back straight. So let's go for this, and try to at the beginning you want to warm up, and then you want to do a 20-second hold, a 30-second hold, and then maybe a 1-minute hold. And you always want to increase how further you can go. Okay. So this is a great exercise, and you can do it also standing. It's also a good exercise. I think on the floor it's easier to do them. So this is what it looks like when you do them standing. It's basically the same. Always keep your back straight, and your knees, really try to have them as straight as possible. That is the most important thing, because if you do them bent, it's going to be worthless, this exercise. And also if you do them with your legs bent when you're doing them on the floor, it's also going to be useless. So really try to do this exercise with your legs straight. It doesn't matter if you go if I go low like this, but with my legs bent. Like I said, try to make them as straight as possible, and then just go as far as you can, but with your legs straight. Okay, as soon as you start to bend them, come up a little bit. Okay, so as I do stretching quite for a while, I can go further, but you might even get to this point. It doesn't matter. You want to work your way up, and that is what it matters. Okay, these are my tips to help you achieve the L-sit. Hopefully it helped you. If it did, make sure to like, subscribe, and don't forget to click on the notification bell so that you won't miss any new coming videos. And I see you next time. Thank you, and